Hey y'all, welcome to Pink Shade. It is Misdemeanor Monday, Meatloaf Monday, Malfeasance Monday,
Mugshot Monday. Yes.
Thank you.
Mugshot Monday.
I knew you'd remember it, Keisha. Thank you so
I would,
much.
because I have a couple of mugshots, so it's
No,
easy
you
for
don't.
me to remember.
No, you don't.
So, you know.
But we are going to make a fake mugshot. And we got to do that for the new year. Can we come up with somewhere between now and beginning of January? If like you've gotten up in the morning, you look especially bad, and you could like wipe some mascara down your face or something, and then do a maybe we could draw like little tattoos on our face. We got to do something.
I think we should.
I think we should.
Let's make it happen. Yeah.
We really should. And then that'll be a new promo for the Life After Lockup series. That'll be
Sounds good to me.
And then we'll see if we'll get people to believe they're really mugshots.
Yeah. Well, they're going to believe it's my real mugshot because I have some listeners believing that I did a stint in prison.
That's because you say it with such authority that people are like, well, look at her. She's really pulled her life together.
Right. Look at her now. Look, she relates to these guys. She's coming from a place of knowing about that life. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I would cry so hard being under, like, I would probably fake a death. They'd be like, you know what? Just let her go. It's okay. It's okay. Drop the charges are dropped. We're just going to drop the charges. It would be the biggest fucking baby like ever.
Have you and James watched the documentary Mother God? Love Has Won, Mother God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that one girl, and I think it's in the second or third episode, the one blonde girl, this is still the one that was the healer. She was trying to heal. She was like, and then we had to move whenever they had to move. So they were in Colorado, then they went to Hawaii, then they got kicked out, and then they went to Oregon and California. But she was like, we didn't really have a plan, so we just camped. And she goes, I'm from Florida. Like, I've never been camping. I was like, that would be me. I was like, I'm in this cult, ride or die until you ask me to go camping. And then that's
most
it.
definitely. Yeah,
so
that's
now you want me to camp on
my life. Yeah, I'm going to really start thinking about my life and start, mending fences at that point. I think I need to call my parents. Can you guys book me business class to come home? Camping? No. Mm-mm.
They want me to go camping. And were you thinking a lot when you were watching it, like, where are all these people sleeping? Because I was like, they've got this tiny little house and there's like 20 of them and kids up in there. Where are they sleeping? It's all over the floor.
I don't know, but that was just so, I'm used to a cult. Usually a cult has vision and direction. This had none.
Yeah. Oh, no,
This had none. I'm just like, they're just listening to this narcissistic woman who's left her children. Mm-hmm. And telling people she's God and Robin Williams, Michael Jackson, Gandhi, John Lennon, Whitney Houston. She's all these people.
G. Wilder.
What?
G. Wilder.
Yeah, you got to be Willy Wonka. It was just
Trump
crazy.
was in there and he wasn't even dead.
He was. I was like, was she foreseeing something? Like, what? It was a lot, but I wish there were like more episodes of it.
3 episodes was plenty. So there's this woman on TikTok that I follow, and it's just capital EIC. And I guess those are her initials, but she is so funny. She's got this Southern accent. And she's like, did y'all watch Mother God? She was, that lady was blue as hell.
She was.
She was
After they made fun of that one guy for being blue as hell, for doing the same thing she did, and then her ass turned blue. I'm like, is no one going to mention this again? That she's now she's in the face?
When they showed her rolling into that hotel before she died, and she had really gone full blue, I was like, so Anna and I watched it because I'm going to cover it this week on the Family Pink Shade level of Patreon and Supercast with John Hill. And so Anna and I watched it. I'm going to have to watch it again to take notes and stuff. But Anna, my daughter, is 20, and she's watching it going, now what?
Yeah.
What? And she hadn't watched enough cult documentaries to know. I think I did get her to watch Wild Wild Country from back in the day with the Rajneeshis. But I will tell you that this past week I talked to Deanna Chang on the Thursday episode, and she was asking me if I watched it. I was like, well, I've started, but I'm going to finish it with my daughter because I'm going to cover it next week. She goes, just when I thought I'd had enough of white people and these cults. She was like, "Here comes some more white people believing dumb shit."
Yeah, it was
Like,
it was pretty vanilla. Yeah, it really was. And I
pretty
was just
bad.
like,
And then they all got so skinny.
they
But
did.
then you notice that once she died, they all put their regular weight back on.
Yeah, they were allowed to eat. They weren't on her. Here's a trigger warning: her anorexic diet, because that's really what it was. She wanted to stay with like an unhealthy weight. Like what was it, 103 to 110?
Because they wouldn't take her up in the ship if she was 103. So she got to stay around 102 because then Robin wouldn't come on the ship. Now, I really do have to wonder what Robin Williams' family thinks about this.
I thought the same thing. I would be
bringing him into it. Yeah.
Yeah. That was very odd. But the whole thing was just odd. I couldn't stop watching. Well, when they first showed her body, I didn't see it. And James was like, "Oh my God." And I'm like, "What?" He goes,
it was
"That's
a person. In there.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. So he had to like rewind it back, slow motion. He's like, "Right." I'm like, "Oh my God." Yeah, I would have gone the whole series not knowing that was a dead body in that sleeping bag and wrapped with Christmas lights, because Anna be wrapped with Christmas lights.
She didn't see the first 10 minutes or so. She was like outside and she came in. I go, "Oh, I'm watching this if you want to watch it." So she sat down. So when it got to the end and they were showing her again at the end, Anna's like, "Oh my gosh." I was like, "Oh, I forgot you didn't see that at the beginning." So you weren't prepared.
Yeah, that was pretty trippy. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
And then what did you think? What did you think? And I'm going to ask John Hill this too, but what did you think when they were showing how her dead body was giving off like on the electricity meter that like the none here and this? I was like, well, is it number one because she's covered in Christmas lights? Okay, that could be it. Or number two, it could be all that silver in her body.
I don't know, because James was yelling, "That's not how that works. That's not how it goes. That's not. They're so stupid." And I'm kind of like, "Oh, I thought it was a magical moment. I thought maybe she was special." He's like, "That's not how that works." He kept hitting his head, going, "Oh my God."
Well, maybe James can tell me then how it works, because I was like, is she electric, or is it because she's covered in Christmas lights? The electricity.
I think it could have been a combo of a lot of things.
Okay, well, if James knows, let me know. Because that would be some hashtag journalism that I need before I.
He was having a fit.
Oh, okay.
He had a lot of fits, but he really had a fit on that part.
Okay, tell him to text me, and I'll just believe whatever he says. So, for the people that last week, by the way, that were upset about Keisha sniffing and my yawning and my gulping, listen, I've said it before. I'm a yawner. I've tried very hard to start muting. I am a yawner. It doesn't matter if you catch me at 10 a.m. if I had 10 hours of sleep, or if you catch me tonight at 5 o'clock and I've had a good night's sleep last night. I'm still going to yawn. I'm going to do it now that I'm talking about it. And I also sometimes take a sip of my water and forget that maybe you guys can hear it. I try to mute that as well. So I want to apologize. These are things 5 years into podcasting I'm still working on. Keisha last week was suffering terribly from her allergies, and she did sniff a lot. I've told her now, if she does that, she's fired, and she better mute.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I didn't say that. After I saw the reviews, I sent them to Mary Payne. I'm like, don't fire me. Yeah, and I have bad allergy sinuses all year long, but they were really, really bad when we, I mean, here's the thing. We didn't go to broadcasting school, so we're just kind of learning as we go, so I do apologize, and I'm trying to work it out. I'm a little bit snotty and nasally today, but we're going to work it all the way out. Okay, we are.
Hit that mute button if you got to sniff, or slam a pillow over your face. I don't know, whatever you got to do.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, now that we've taken care of that business,
now I got to sniff.
I know. It's like I could hear it way over there, but that was better.
Okay, sorry. I'm gonna just hit that mute. Sometimes you sniff and you don't know you're sniffing until after you've sniffed, and I'm like, boy.
Yeah, poor Keisha threw herself to the far end of her couch and slammed a pillow over her face. That was the saddest thing I've ever seen.
I'm trying to please the listeners. I'm trying.
Oh my gosh.
We love you guys.
Sorry. Sometimes Erin used to burp. I'm like, "You burp?" And she's like, "I did. I don't care."
So on the Libra Lounge, they've heard burps before, and James just looks at me like, "Bitch, really? Did you just?" I'm like, "It just came out." I'm like, it just came out.
Sometimes you're
Sorry.
drinking water real quick
Yeah.
because you're talking, and then you might burp a little bit. So, you guys, I apologize. All I can say is I'm in good company with the yawning. Andy Cohen does it. He apologizes for it constantly, and I'm like, well, look at him. He's gone far in life, and we're the same
Yes, he
age. So
has.
maybe it's an old age. Maybe it's an old person thing, a
I just
55-year-old
think you
person
do a
thing.
lot of talking as well.
Yeah, a lot.
I mean,
A
you do
lot.
a lot of talking, and you got to get a sip because I mean, we're talking consistently for an hour, sometimes an hour and a half.
Yeah, sometimes even
Got to get a
longer. I mean,
sip.
whenever I walk up here, my husband will go, "How long is it going to take?" And I'm like, "Well,
Yeah,
the recording is an hour, but sometimes we talk at the
yeah.
beginning and at the end before and after we record. So sometimes it's longer.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of talking. Yeah.
Sometimes we got things to talk about. Before this, we had to talk about the new babies in our lives. We had to talk
Yes,
about
we did.
squeezing those babies.
Yes, we did. That's important talk.
It's
It
important.
is. Yes.
Um, well, let's get started on these people.
Oh boy.
We'll get started. We'll get started with Louie. And I'm going to tell you guys, I really think this stuff with them is completely fake. I think that they are blissfully happy and they are looking for reasons to stay on the show. So they're creating drama, but I don't think they have any drama. I think they are fine. That's what I
Well, I
think.
mean, there was a little bit of drama with those frozen meatballs and that spaghetti sauce in a jar. I mean, I think that was the moment he really started considering leaving her ass. Like, at Donna's place, I get the real stuff. So
Well, I
he's
think
done a good job of acting. I will say that.
I was upset about the cold water before it's even boiling, putting in the noodles. I was like, the water's not boiling. You don't put in the noodles yet, you dum dum.
Yeah,
That
you always
bothered
wait
me.
till the water is boiling and then you put the noodles in it. And look, we're not even Italian.
No, and
You
all
know
the
that.
people on the show are Italian. They should know. But I think this is an Airbnb, and she was just faking the whole thing. I think the whole thing is fake. I think they're happy, and I'm happy for their love. But we don't need this fakeness. Yeah.
You thought it so to me, the bedrooms looked just like the bedroom she was in when she would talk to him when he was still locked up.
The bed's on the opposite side.
No,
Remember?
the bedroom he was in looked like that was the room that she would talk to him. You don't think that's really her
Oh,
house?
no, 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 no. There's one photo propped up, and that was it. Everything else you could look in the kitchen and see. No, she does not live in a house that immaculate with no shoes anywhere, nothing with a teenage daughter. No. Two people do not live in
Hmm.
that house, and it looks that pristine with, like, nothing on the walls, nothing she would have her daughter's prom pictures or something. No, no, nope, it's an Airbnb. It's an Airbnb.
Well, we live in that
100%.
minimalist
No,
times, and people don't have photos and stuff up.
no, mm-mm. Nope, it's an Airbnb, 100% if I ever get to ask her. Hey, to our bunkie out there that has Melissa as her mail carrier, next time you
Yeah.
see her, run out there
Hmm.
and ask if that's an Airbnb because 100%, I don't even go 90%, I say 100%.
Well,
100% think that's
can
Airbnb.
that person also ask her, has anyone ever asked her, was she Amy Winehouse? Because her and her sisters look like the Winehouse sisters.
Just a little healthier. They look a little
Oh,
healthier.
yes, most, yeah. Not the non-alcoholic versions of the Winehouse sisters.
Not
Yes,
the
most,
heroin alcoholic Winehouse sisters.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no, no, not.
All right. So Louie is headed to surprise Melissa at her job. He walks into the bar and she's like, wow, I'm surprised. And he's like, oh, you're flirting and you just enjoying the single life. And she's like, I'm not single. I just said I needed
Mm.
a break. All of this is fake. The camera was already there filming her when he walked in. I'm annoyed
Right.
by the fakeness, but because I
Hmm.
really like these two, I'm going to let it slide.
Okay.
And she's like, well, you just sprung this on me. You just showed up. And he's like, you said you wanted me to be more manly and make my own decisions. I do not think for 1 minute she has said to him, I want you to be more manly. Because I think that's very insulting. And I
I
think she
thought she
wouldn't say that.
did. She
Yeah.
said something like that.
But
Was it?
I'm saying that's why it's all fake. Because I don't think in real life she would say to any man, I want you to be more manly. I just think she wasn't raised that way. I just think she wouldn't. She wouldn't.
Hmm. Well, how was I raised? Because I sometimes call my husband bitch ass.
Oh, well, I don't know. I have to take it up with your mom, Charlotte. Is your mom from Charlotte? I
Yeah,
just
she's
made that
not
up.
very proud of my mouth. She said, if there's one thing I could change about her, it'd be that mouth. So, yeah.
It's interesting that my mother says the same about me.
Really?
Yeah, she said to somebody last time I was in Mississippi, she said, you can listen to Mary Payne's podcast, but she cusses a lot. She really says a lot of bad words. And her friend was like, I don't mind that. And I was like, see this, let me go sit over next to this lady.
Right?
This
She's
is
my
great.
people.
That's my
Yes.
people. So anyway, Melissa was like, Louie just is not proactive in his job search. And I can't, forget that he's supposed to be doing these things. And he got the car and he didn't consult with me. And, and in talking head, he says, I've never felt this way about a woman in my life. So I'm going to fight for it. And I hope she can appreciate that I'm fighting for it. And, he is not on the Keisha plan. He's not out there trying to bang bitches right when he gets out. He's into her.
I think and I truly believe he's into her, but I think he banged so many women before he went to prison. That is kind of out of his system or something. Like he's like, I've had every spice, every flavor, all of that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, he doesn't seem like he needs to be on the Keisha program at all.
He doesn't.
No.
So they're driving back home and he goes, I thought you'd be happy that I'm here. And she goes, I'm happy that you're here. I'm just not happy how you did it, just surprising me. And then she's like, here's the house. And he says, where am I sleeping? And she goes, just put your stuff in the guest room. And I said, this is an obvious Airbnb. It's not a 3-bedroom house. Again,
no.
She says guest room. There's no room there for her kid.
True.
That we know she's got. So then I said she puts noodles in the water before it's boiling and she's serving frozen meatballs, which of course is listen, I would serve a frozen meatball in a minute.
I'll eat them too, but I know like Italian people take that very seriously. Like, no, you make them from homemade. You don't, no.
Yeah.
She was proud. Me too in a second.
I go right over to Trader Joe's and then I put them in some sauce and pretend like I made them, call it a day.
Yeah, my mom hates when I do that because she's like, you need to make these homemade. I'm like, what's wrong with your 2 hands? You make them homemade then. Because if it's up to me, we're going to have these right there, as long as there's not chicken in them. So producer James doesn't,
die.
Go into shock and all that dramatic shit. Yeah, we're good. I think that tastes good.
So she was like, I think you're just happy staying with your mom and living with your mom. He's like, why would you think that? No, I'm not. Right. And I'm not so happy living with her. And he's like, I don't want every conversation while I'm here to be about my mother. Right. And she goes, you live like a teenager. And he goes, how many teenagers do you know that were in prison for 10 years? And I've only been out for 4 months. And I can't just come right out and get a great job right away and make a ton of money. She's like, it's not about the money. I don't think you're trying. And he said he tried to get a job, but nobody would hire him. But she's like, he probably just applied online and then never
followed up.
Follow up. Yeah. And also he probably felt self-conscious about his teeth.
There's so many things, but the fact that he does have a job when he could clearly just be living off of Donna if he wanted to, serving her Coors Lights and putting them in a koozie and all that good stuff. Yeah. He got a car. He's staying out of trouble. She's just being a bitch.
Yeah. Again, that's why I think it's fake, because I don't think she'd be this hard on him. I think she'd be like, yeah, because she knows he's not staying in Georgia. So for him to, in that month and a half or 2 months he's going to be in Georgia, he's like working every day.
Yeah.
Most guys would use that. Most of the guys on this show, rather, would use that as an excuse to be like, well, I don't have to work because I'm moving in a month and a half. But he's like working every day.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We've seen guys that have kids on the show and still don't get a job.
Oh, they don't care.
Every excuse. They don't care. He does. Melissa better get it together.
And he's like, I've tried to get a job, but nobody would hire me. And she's like, but you didn't go in person. He goes, right. So I got the job at the pizza place. But when I'm here, I'll be able to do it differently when I'm, settled in. Right. And he's like, I don't know why she's not happy. I'm sitting here fighting for us. And she's like, I'm annoyed that he fell back on Dirk and his mom. But he has to stay there for a certain amount of time before he can apply to move. So what else is he supposed to go out and get an apartment for a month and a half? Like, let me tell you what I would think if I had a ready-made job and I knew I was only going to be there for a short amount of time.
Right.
That's what I would do.
Most people would do that. But the funniest part is when she said, let me see your teeth. I want to make sure I got my money's worth. You did.
People were big mad about that.
Yeah, like you chose the cheapest way to go about this. So that's what you get.
Yeah. And they're looking better. Yeah. And he's so self-conscious about it, and also I was thinking like one day if he does make a lot of money, or they could start a teeth fund and he could end up getting a full mouth of implants if he wants.
Right.
Or the front ones or whatever. He can do all that, but it is so expensive. You really do have to save up for that.
It's an investment.
So okay, so she's annoyed that he fell back on jerking his mom. And she was like, I'm just scared when you finally come here that I'm going to have to be like your mom. And he was like, I don't know why you think that. And he's like, I tried to do the right thing. I got this job. I bought a car. And then you shit all over me for buying the car. She's like,
She did.
I'm paying all this money for your teeth. And then you don't even check with me. And then he says, do you love me? Or is this just a fantasy come true from high school?
Yeah.
And a lot of people think that. But I can't not call it out when I see the fakeness. I just can't.
Well,
do you think that this woman has a house with a kid and doesn't have a table to eat at? No. She doesn't have a kid and they eat at the coffee table. This is an Airbnb and this whole thing is fake.
Well, we don't eat at the table. We have one, but we don't.
You have one.
Yeah, we have it. I mean, I guess there's a little bit of fakeness to it, but Louie's so believable in his scenes that, I mean, my feelings get hurt for him. I feel bad for him. So I guess we'll see. But they are together.
They are together.
They are. Yeah. So maybe they just worked it all out, Mary Payne. They worked it all out.
Maybe that's what we're supposed to think. So he says, I'm just going to go to bed because I lost my appetite. And then he goes in there in that room with all his clothes on and all the lights on and lays down in the bed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not how I lay it down. When I lay it down, I lays it down. Shoes off, bra off, lights down low.
Clothes, get clean.
Yeah.
All right, now let's go on to your boyfriend Cam and Aris.
I got to tell you something.
How you feeling?
James was listening to last week's show, and all of a sudden he just starts cracking up, and I'm like, "What are you laughing at?" Because I don't listen to the show. I don't even listen to my own show. So yeah. I don't even think about things. And he's cracking up. He goes, it's Mary Payne saying how you like that little guy. And you're all like, don't do Cam like that. I'm like, yeah, she hates him. He is a troll kid to her. She just cannot stand anything that he does.
Him always trying to think he's so funny. He's just so corny. It just drives me crazy.
And the cornier he is, the funnier it is too, because he's so serious in the corniness. He just is. He's half a comedian.
In the words of my mother says this all the time. There's a lot of comedians out of work. Cam's one of them. Yeah. So he's playing video games with Lena. Or I'll remind everyone, if you haven't seen them before, Lena is 10. It's Aris' daughter. And Aris had Lena with a guy that lived it seemed like maybe in the Caribbean or something. Yeah. And he got deported from whence he came.
Yeah, he had 3 girls pregnant at the same time, including Aris. So yeah.
And so she talks to her dad on the Skype sometimes, but that's it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So they're playing video games, and then Aris is up in the baby's room trying to get ready. And I say, are we wearing the grill full time now, Cam? Cam, are we full time with the grill? Because we're going to just
look. Mm-hmm. That's why you can pop them in, pop them out.
He doesn't pop it out. He's got it in. The whole episode, he's got it in. Never takes it out.
Well, he didn't have a reason to take him out this episode.
Well, he's got a talking head, and he doesn't take it out. So I'm just, what did you?
That's his time to shine. It's time to shine. You got to show it off.
Okay.
I bet yeah. Look.
You got to take it out to brush your teeth and sleep and stuff and eat,
or when her dad's in town. Because she quickly made him pop it out then. And she's like, nope, take him out.
That's funny. So she's like, there's a lot going on, and I wish I had family here to help me. Which I was like, doesn't her mother live kind of close by? Didn't Lena go stay with her mom?
Lena was going to stay with her friend.
Yeah, but I feel like the mom, one time she was like, Lena's with my mom. We know the dad doesn't live close by. He's like in Jersey or something. Mm-mm. So Aris is in Florida. So the baby's coming in 6 weeks. She's completely stressed out. She's like, I should be in my nesting period, but we got an eviction notice. The homeowners association did a background check. They didn't like what they saw, and they are kicking us out because he's a felon. Like,
Mary Payne, you would kick Cam out of your neighborhood too, just because you don't like his jokes.
I don't like his jokes.
Yeah, I don't like his that's jokes. Pretty messed up that happened like that.
I think it is pretty messed up, and I think that probably it's in the contract that says like
Yeah.
you can't be a felon on parole or probation or whatever. And so I guess they did a background check on him when they saw him on the TV.
Yeah.
And, probably if they weren't on TV, nobody would ever have double checked that,
I don't
especially
know, but
because he's probably a good neighbor. He's probably out there.
well,
Hey, how you doing?
with his gold teeth in his mouth, you know what I mean? That might have, yeah. People describe it as that neighbor down there with them gold teeth.
Mm-hmm.
That neighbor,
yeah.
yeah.
But he's, like I said, he probably is a good neighbor because he is probably like, hey man, probably out in the yard trying to talk to people and stuff. But
and rap for them a little bit. Let me listen to this new rap I'm working on. Tell me what you think. He's that guy. He's that neighbor.
Who? Oh, it was Amy Archer I was talking to this weekend over on Hey Bunky on Pink Shade Prime. And she, out of the blue, informed me that she had to tell me she thought Kerok was a really good slam poet.
Amy made a post about that in a group, and I just didn't know how to react to it, so I didn't react at all. But I'm like, I got to talk to Amy on the side because
she's
I don't even think they do slam poetry anymore, for one. And even if that was slam poetry, it was still god awful. Sorry, Amy. Sorry, Kerok.
Amy's like, I have a master's degree in poetry. I was like, doesn't matter. I'm glad that you do, and you're smarter than all of us. That's great. But he still has terrible, terrible raps. Terrible.
Yeah, he
I would I will say Cam, I think,
is better than Kerok.
Is better, and then I say Montana Mills is the best of all. That's what I say.
I would put them about neck and neck, especially when you see like how many listeners and downloads they have. Mm-hmm. It's not very much at all. And they peak during the season.
Of course.
And then the stuff they release after that, not so good. Not so good.
Yeah. No. All right. So he comes up to the baby's room and she's like, I need some help with things. Like, we got to hire these movers. And he's like, yeah, it's going to cost money. And she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And we have to move because of you, dumbass. Out there talking to the neighbors. And so he says he's stressed. He's like, I just got out of prison less than a year ago. And I've had to be domesticated. Right. I got married. I got a plus daughter and another daughter on the way. Have you heard that term before? Plus daughter. I've heard bonus.
Usually it's bonus daughter, but I mean, it's Cam. It's Cam. Right. He's a poet. So of course he's not going to use what everyone else uses, bonus. He's going to say plus. How poetic of him.
So poetic. So in the car, they're driving and he's talking about things they need in a house. And he's like, I know you just say you need a tub and a shower. And she's like, yeah. I need a tub. Yeah. And she's like, look, my dream home would have a big yard and a screen lanai and a smart fridge. I was like, you could get your own smart fridge.
Yeah, but she's just
doable.
Maybe she's having to explain it to Cam, like that's on the list of things I must have in the house. So be ready for that.
Now we go to this RV park and he's like, hey man, I'm a rap artist and pretty soon after this baby's born, I might have to hit the road again, like road life. And I got to take all my girls with me, And the guy goes, yeah, it was $279, but it's $265K, for this camper. And Aris says, he done lost his damn mind. Now,
I don't think he needs a tour bus. I don't think you need a tour bus to go from club to club in South Florida. I think you'd be okay in a Kia. Just like what?
Just a regular car. Bus? A car.
Yeah. Like that is for like major artists who go out on the road who get like a tour bus. He doesn't need that RV at all. Even though it's big, as Alina said. It's just not, no, I would have slapped the dog shit out of him for that.
But I was thinking in my mind, he was thinking, we'll live in this. Like when we're not touring, this will be our home. But no, he wanted to buy it in addition to buying a house.
Hey, okay, see, I didn't catch that part. I thought he meant for them to live.
Well, that's what I thought. But then when I watched it the second time, I was like, oh no, he means in addition to.
Little boy with big boy dreams.
I know. You can't buy two houses. So
yeah.
Cam says, right now I'm a customer service rep, but before I went to prison, I was into that tour. I was into that rap life, that touring life. And again, I wrote, is he going to wear this girl the whole season? Are we ever going to get a...
Cam really wants us to think he was really in like hardcore gang life before he went into prison. And I don't think that he was.
I don't think he
No.
was either, nor do I think he was a touring rap artist.
Just because you go from one town and then 10 minutes away there's another town and you go
Right.
rap in both places doesn't mean you're like really a touring like
Yeah.
Jay-Z is a touring rapper. Drake is a
Yes.
touring rap. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Cam, no, not so much.
So outside,
No.
the producer's talking to Aris, and she says, "No, we're not buying a tour bus." She goes, "We need to buy a house." She was
Yeah.
like, "He's only."
Quickly.
Yeah, she's like, "We need to buy a house." She said, "He's focused on his music and his vision, and I do love his music, and I know he's talented, and I'm a fan, but I don't know what he's thinking right now. Like, we can't afford this, and it's time for him to
Mm-mm.
buckle down and get serious and focus on this baby's, coming, and we need a new house. We don't need a tour bus."
Yeah, I mean, they don't even have enough time to buy a house.
No, no. They
No.
don't have time to buy a house if they have to
Uh-uh.
be out in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So they walk into the RV. It has a bedroom, it has a pull-out couch, and the guy says, in the long run, if you're touring all around the country, this would save money on hotels. I was like, it would take 10 years to pay for itself. It's $265,000.
And he's not making that really good money from his rap gigs. I think he's still at the level where he gets a free Coke and Crown and Coke,
Yep.
maybe a hot dog, and
Maybe a Holiday Inn
$100.
room. Maybe a room with a Holiday Inn.
Maybe, yeah,
Maybe.
and and $100. That's the level that I think he's at. And I like him, but I'm just being honest.
Unwrap the first of many presents this season with Holidays on the House from DraftKings Casino. With hundreds of games, prizes, and promos, DraftKings Casino has everything on your list. Right now, new players who play $5 get $100 instantly in casino credits. What are you waiting for? Cozy up with all the classics like slots, blackjack, and roulette, or play exclusive games you'll only find at DraftKings Casino to feel the holiday cheer all season long. Download the DraftKings Casino app now and sign up with promo code PINKSHADE and play $5 to get $100 in casino credits. That's promo code PINKSHADE only at DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and older. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. One per opted in new customer. $5 wager required. Max $100 in casino credit awarded, which require one-time playthrough within 7 days. Terms at casino.com, DraftKings.com/holidays on the house. Restrictions apply. Well, in her talking head, Lena, these kids are always the heroes, Lena says,
Yes.
"No, I don't like it. Cam, he always has bad ideas."
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He's full of them.
She kind of treats him like a brother, and I like it.
Well, her mom married gave Lena a playmate when she got married to him. They're the same size, they're in the same class. That's her buddy right there. So gotta love
Remember
him.
when he told us last season they were playing hide and seek, and he said that one time he was able to hide from the cops like under a bathroom sink because he could get himself tiny enough to get under a bathroom sink.
I totally believe that. I mean, what do you think he is, like 5'4"?
Probably. And she's probably, Aris is probably
She's
like
tall.
5'7", but she's not like 6 feet. She just looks really tall next to him.
Yeah. I believe he could fit underneath that cabinet. And then he's little. He's little. Yeah.
He's little. He looks flexible. Let's go on to Joynomi and Redd.
Oh boy.
Redd is on the Keisha plan. And he did spend from 20 to 30, he spent all of his good banging years in prison. He was right to take advantage of the Keisha plan, even though it didn't soothe his soul. He still did it, right?
He has a full subscription to the Keisha plan. Yes, that top level.
So these two cross into Texas, and he's like, "I can't believe
get
this.
Out of my state." Like, get out of my state, both of you.
Oh my God.
Keep going. Get out of here.
So he's like, everything we talked about is coming true. Like, this is crazy. And she's like, yeah, It's been 5 days now. Is there anything that you notice that you don't like about me, or anything about me that you find weird or irritating? What?
Why would
Why?
she ask that question?
Why not the opposite? Why not? What do you find that you love about me the most? Let's be
Because
positive.
she's not a positive person. She has like no self-esteem. This
You're
is
right.
someone who likes to wake up to good morning text messages. That makes her day. Not a good afternoon text, not a good night text, not hey, do you want to go out on a date, go for lunch? It's that good morning text that he sent to 20 other girls.
Yeah.
That makes her feel good about herself. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, he says, nah, I love everything about you. I don't like when you get those insecure feelings. Like you think if I'm being sneaky, like, you got to be able to kill that. You got to start to kill that. I was like, can we look up gaslighting in the dictionary? Because he's
Yeah.
like, I don't like when you get insecure thinking I'm being sneaky, but man, I'm going to
I'm
have to
being
tell her how to
sneaky.
fuck that other girl.
Yeah, I was just like, is he listening to the words that are coming out of his mouth right now? Like,
Yeah.
you're doing all the things that would make a woman feel insecure, and you are
Yeah.
sneaky as fuck. I mean,
Yes.
other than the
So
fact
don't,
that you're doing it on national television, but
so don't say that's what you don't like about her, because she's right.
right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he says, and the talking head, Joey says, I did find out that he was talking to other women, and then he had all these photos of these other women, and I thought I was the only one.
She's
Mm.
never gonna let that photo book go. She's never gonna let it go. She's never
Mm.
gonna let the photo book go. I would have burned down the hotel room trying to burn that damn album if my boyfriend had one of those. I'm like, you
All she had to
actually
do
had
was
someone
just
purchase this. Yeah, just throw the shit in the garbage.
throw it, literally just put it in your car, throw it in the garbage, keep it
Yeah,
pushing.
yeah.
So they arrive at this RV ranch, and they're going to stay in a covered wagon, to which I say, where's the bathroom? And then I
Mm-mm.
looked it up. Okay. This place, whatever it was called, I looked it up. It's $55 a night, but it's
Too much.
$49.50 a night if you're a good Samaritan. Literally, that's
Yeah,
what it
that
said.
that place was a nope for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to travel by wagon. I don't want to be in a what are the little red wagons, the little
Well,
flyer, whatever they're called. I don't want to be in a wagon, and I don't want to share a bathroom with anyone.
let me see if I could find the screenshot that I took of the place. Oh, here it is. It's in Amarillo. It's the Big
Mm-hmm.
Texan RV Ranch, $55 a night, premium sites with a concrete pad and a bathhouse, a shared bathhouse.
Mm-mm.
Regularly $85, holiday special $49.50 for seniors, military, and good Samaritans. For everybody else, $55.
Well, neither one of them are going to get the Good Samaritan discount. I mean, one's a
No,
whore and one's a felon. So,
one's a whore,
whore
one's a
and one's a felon. So they're going to have to pay the full
felon.
price.
Oh my God, that is so funny. So the place was, when they went in, I was like, well, this is sort of a novel idea, right? If he's never been anywhere. And he's like, well, this is like a real Texas, Oklahoma experience, but there's no bathroom. They got to go outside to go to the bathroom, to which I'm like, it's too close to camping.
There's
Nope.
so much more to Texas than that shit that they saw right there.
God. So, they get into the covered wagon. You hear the smack, smack, smack kissing sounds. And I was like, oh, Keisha hates that so bad.
I do,
Yeah.
and they do it a lot. Theirs is real
Yeah.
extra. I'm
Well,
just like, oh, come on. I don't like to hear people kiss, and their kissing sounds even weird. Just
it's real loud.
ugh. It does. Yes, I'm like, no one wants to hear all that shit. Especially when you look at the two people doing it, that makes it even worse. I'm like, I don't need to hear nor see this. This is too much for me.
So she calls her sister and was like, yeah, the trip has been great. And we're just getting along and we're having to learn about each other. I'm so glad I came back and got him. It was 7 years of my life. And her sister's like, well, that's great. As long as you guys just are talking and communicating. So he, of course, goes outside and calls bestie. He calls Julie.
For what? That bitch needs to be at the doctor's office for some iron supplements. Okay. That's all she needs to worry about in life. She doesn't need to worry about Redd. She needs to go to Ulta and figure out a new foundation color. She's got more important things to do other than worry about what Redd's doing.
She might need some colloidal silver
She might, give her a little color.
Blue would be better. Yeah.
It would. The death color that she is.
So he calls Julie and he just leaves her a voicemail and he says, "Hey, bestie, just let you know I'm out of Missouri now. Like I'm headed to Mexico. I'm so glad I got to kick it." And he reminds us he's known Julie since they were 14. Mm-hmm. And, sex with her wasn't great, but they did it 2 times, I guess, just to make sure that second time to make sure that first time was bad, but just do it one more time just to be sure. But he said it was in one sitting, so it doesn't count.
It doesn't count as cheating twice. It counts as one. But can you imagine that you're sitting at home watching this show and he's telling the whole wide world that Joynomi was a better lay than she was?
Uh-huh. Well, it's because they're in love and it means more. And they got big plans to have sex in the grocery store and a limo. Don't forget.
Yep. Producer James and I said that the other day when we were walking out the store. It's like, let's just go have sex right here, like Joynomi and Redd. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, you fucking idiot. I'm totally joking. We're in like the Target parking lot. Like, put up your red basket and let's get to going. He's like, I'm game. I'm like, I bet you are.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. I'd like to know, how did that conversation even come about? Like crazy places we're going to do it when we get together. What about the Safeway? I mean,
ask yourself that again. Look at the 2 people we're talking about. Of course, that was the conversation that they had. I mean,
don't dream big. Don't dream of like, one day we're going to own a private plane and we're going to do it. No, it's going to be, we're going to do it in the Kroger. Yeah.
Yes. Bless their hearts.
Oh, bless. So he says, he did do it with Julie 2 times, but from this point forward, he's a million, trillion, zillion, 1,000% going to be faithful to Joy from this point forward. He had to get it out of his system.
He sounded like every guy that has gone on the Maury Povich show. Maury, I am 5,000% that baby is not my baby. And then Maury's like, open up the envelope. It says you're 99.9999% this child's fucking kid. Like whenever a man goes over 100%, I'm like, you listen, lying. No, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're totally lying.
Totally lying. So they go to the Big Texan. Now, is this a thing in Texas, this Big Texan?
I've never been there.
You've never heard of it. Okay. It seemed like it was like a destination.
Not one for Keisha. No, not.
Okay. No, do you know about in Texas about the McDonald's that goes over the highway? Do you know about that? Okay. Because I recorded with Jake for their podcast about this episode. And he was saying, Matt always talks about this place and talks about in Texas, there's the McDonald's that like, it goes over the highway. So you can like walk from one side to the other McDonald's, like over the freeway.
Never heard of it.
I don't know about that, but I wouldn't mind going to that. Now that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be something to see. But I'm going to have to Google that and see what part of Texas is in. I've never heard of it before.
Never heard of it. Next time I talk to Matt, I'll ask him. So they go to the Big Texan and they're playing video games and they go to the gift shop and they're just goofing around. And he says, he thinks that they should take their relationship to the next level. And she says, "What you mean by that?" I wrote it down phonetically. "What you mean by that?" And he says, "Well, we're both basically 30 and we're only getting older. So will you marry me?" And he drops down to one knee inside the arcade by the bar where people were day drinking at the Big Texan.
Yeah. There's no other way to do it.
Why? Why not outside of the covered wagon? Why inside the Big Texan? Why?
He wanted there to be an audience. This is big. This is Big Red's big moment right here.
People cheered.
I heard a couple of claps.
Then they do a little more lip smacking, smack. And then we see that earlier he went and bought that ring for her at the Big Texan gift shop for $31. Do you think Joynomi thinks this is a real ring? Because that's probably like a $20,000 ring if it was real. Do you think she thought it was real?
It's Joynomi. Of course she thinks it's real. Yes. The better question is, where's the breakfast that she gave him money to go get? Instead, he comes back with the ring and no breakfast food. That was why she gave him the money.
You're right.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that because we never saw the breakfast. You're right.
No, I know. Nope. But I mean, if she's happy, great.
She's happy. She's happy until she finds out about Julie. But yeah.
Well, I mean, he just got out of prison. He doesn't have any money.
Okay, so she's like, oh my God, this made my whole day, my whole month, my whole year, and my whole week. I'm so excited.
She says her
So,
levels of excitement are
I can't
low.
believe this, babe. Babe, this is so great, babe. Oh my God, babe. Now we got to get back in the car, babe. So in talking to Eddie, says he feels guilty proposing, knowing he's got that skeleton in his closet with Julie. And, she's already got those self-confidence problems. So what I'm going to do next time she asks me is I'm going to tell her the one thing she should change about herself is thinking that he's sneaky, because why would she think that? Yeah.
Here's the thing, Redd, take it to your grave. I mean, it's besides, if let's say this, he didn't have a camera crew there and he wasn't talking about it, he could have just taken that to his grave.
Agree.
But he chose to have it documented like that. That could, I mean, she doesn't know. She doesn't need to know, I guess. Just take it to your grave. But oh no, he wants the whole fucking world to know that he did this. And with that girl, of all girls, that girl.
And I got to tell you something. She didn't look the healthiest. I might be getting an STD check.
She doesn't look healthy at fucking... She was trying to suck the blood out of Redd, okay? She didn't want to have sex with him. She wanted to suck his blood dry. She needed it. She's like, fuck a snack. What's your blood type?
Keisha,
I'm serious. She just looks unhealthy. Just I don't know.
Oh
I don't know.
My God. Did she have a face tattoo? I'm trying to remember. Did she have a tattoo above her eyebrow? I feel like she did.
I couldn't get past that orange eyeshadow she had on the bottom lid. And the orange camouflage. It was just so many things were just so damn wrong. Right there. No. And then there's the part where he's like, can you teach me how to kiss? And she's like, no, but I can teach you how to suck your blood. I mean, she was a mess.
It was so bad when he was like, you'll have to teach me how to kiss, when the night before he'd banged out Joynomi. Oh my God,
awful.
This guy. He's awful. Yeah. All right, so now let's talk about Shavel and Quaylon. Now, I guess Shavel did move to Dallas, because last we saw them, they were having a real problem because she didn't want to move from St. Louis, and his family was trying to make him stay in Dallas and not go to St. Louis because he'd gotten in his trouble in St. Louis, and his whole family moved to the Dallas area. So they're in Dallas now. So I guess Shavel did move to Dallas.
Did her mom move too?
I don't know. She showed up though. I can't imagine the mom moved, but maybe she's just there for this.
She could be another Donna. She's got to follow her kid to a different state. I mean, that's what I would do if scholars tried to move to another state. I'm like, oh, well, I guess we're all moving then. Gotta go.
Today we were talking to John about colleges and stuff, and he said, we were talking about like next year, like would we travel for Christmas? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I know you'd want to see your friends when you come home for Christmas, but it depends on how far you went, right? Because if you didn't go very far, you might be home more often. And also usually you get like a month off. So if we did go somewhere for a week, we're having this whole conversation. I said, but if you went really far off, the first time you might come home would be Thanksgiving. So we're having this whole conversation. And he goes, yeah, if I went to JMU, which is like 4 hours away, he goes, if I went to JMU, I was like, well, you could come home every weekend and see your mommy. And he looked at me and my husband looked at me and he was like, stop. I was like, because you're my baby. And you could come right home and see your mommy. And I started doing that. And they were just like, you need to stop right now. Next year's going to be real tough on you. Real tough.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
You'll
and I was like, but
you'll get through
I was like, if you went to Ole Miss, you could do your laundry. And my sister's got a place there in that town. So you could go do your laundry there. I was like, oh, that's true. I was like, but that's real far.
Yeah. We don't like real far. I don't.
I don't know why he just didn't go to like George Mason is in DC. It's in Virginia, really. Just to be like 20 minutes away. It's like 20 minutes.
I mean, that's how Scholars College is. I mean, she goes to a university that is like 30 minutes, if that, away from the house.
Yeah. I'm not trying to drop in, but if there's an emergency, I'd like to be able to get there fast.
Well, I told her I need to be able to get to you between 2 and 4 hours by car. You know what I mean? Like if there's an emergency or anything like that. So, but she stayed close. She's still at home, which is just great and wonderful. And my anxiety wasn't ready for her to be far away.
No. Oh, Lord. So they're all in Dallas now. We don't know if Shavel's mom is Sylvia. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, because I wrote it down and I was like, is that right? Because it doesn't sound right, but I think it is.
And then we have Quaylon's mom, who is Qualandria.
Yeah. And then remember, they got a sister that's, everybody in the family starts with a Q-U-A. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all Q-U-A.
Yes.
Qualandria, all that. Okay. So they're in Dallas, and so Chevelle goes to a flower shop with her friend. It's probably Nadia, but it's spelled like Nydia, Nydia.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she's in the most egregious outfit I think we've ever seen. Really got to be in top 5. One of the most egregious outfits we've ever seen on this show. It's up
It
there.
was like a Shein and Temu collaboration to
Yes.
create this right here. It was so the outfit's bad by itself, but it's real bad on her body type.
It was a black sheer dress with a
Uh-huh.
denim cutout pasted on the front.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all,
Mm-hmm.
it was really bad. And it wasn't flattering. I'll just say that. It wasn't flattering.
No. I mean,
Mm-mm.
God help her. She cannot help that she's shaped like a box. She can't.
No,
But
she can't
she
help
can
her
wear
shape.
clothes that are more flattering because there's things that I see and I'm like, ooh, that's really cute, but it's not meant for my body.
Yes. And sometimes I
She
think this is going to be so cute on me. And then I
right.
put it on. I'm like, I don't know am I Chevelle? Am I delusional?
Yeah.
Why would I
Yeah.
think this looked good on me?
It was bad. And let's not forget Chevelle on the what are those episodes called? Where Are They Now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She said she spent $20,000 on her body.
Really?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of like, what,
No, okay.
where?
We got to stop this line of questioning because
It was, I think she could have used that better for a new wardrobe
yeah.
and
Mhm.
better wigs.
Mhm.
And better
Yeah.
wigs. Because her wig
Even
game ain't strong.
yeah, I didn't think the wig game was strong this episode, but
Mm-mm.
again, I never know. So sometimes I ask because I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if we have to go to wig court
No.
or no. Not
Oh,
quite.
yeah.
Oh
No,
yeah.
she's in wig court. Yes, she is.
Oh.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, most
Maybe, but
definitely. Yeah,
maybe
it
it's
was
just like a
bad.
misdemeanor and not a felony. Like Renika was a full felony.
Well, it's a felony because she wore a couple of bad wigs.
Oh,
So she's a
she's
repeat
a repeat
offender.
offender.
Yes, she is. Yeah, they're going to throw the book at her.
Oh God. All right, so she goes to this flower shop with her friend Nadia, I think is how you say it, and
Mm,
she's in an egregious outfit, and she says that she and Quaylon broke up for about a year, and he's the
mm,
one that made the first move to get back together. And she said he has done a complete 360.
mm, mm,
No,
mm,
no, 360
mm.
means he's right back where he started.
Cheating on you, lying, and moving
Mhm.
away. Yeah,
So I think she meant to
she
say
didn't get it.
180.
Yeah, she did. She did.
She
Yeah.
says life has been good. And, nope, she didn't trust him at all. He'd been in jail for 12 years and he came out just wild. But she
Right.
loves the new Quaylon.
I
Sure
like
enough.
Quaylon. I always liked him. I wasn't a big fan of hers, but I really
Mhm.
liked Quaylon.
He
I mean,
works
not the lying
now.
and cheating part, you know.
No, not that. Yeah, he said, so whatever. All right. So Quaylon, it says that in his little new Chiron thing with his new picture, it says he works in a moving company as a warehouse worker. I don't know if that's two different jobs. He works for a moving company and as a warehouse worker, or he
Mm,
works as a warehouse worker in a moving company. Either way, he's got a good, legitimate, solid job. And we see her like
mhm.
giving him his little lunchbox before work. She's an account manager. She's got a decent job. They
Right.
live in a good city. So, all right.
Yeah.
So, um, Chevelle says the main problem has been between our two families. They just don't like each other. And we see the two
Yes.
moms, the history of that.
Mhm.
So she arrives now at an event space with her mother, and they're in matching dresses, Keisha.
Just why? I mean, I don't. I know there's a whole big mommy and me, the mommy and Minnie, where the mom and the little girl dress alike.
Uh-huh.
But I thought
Right.
there was an age cap on that. I thought, once the
Yeah.
little girl hit what 8, 9,
I was
that kind of
gonna say
stopped.
6.
But
I was gonna say 6. Yeah.
okay, but yeah, this I didn't understand it. I it just was bad.
So they're wearing the
Shared
same.
bad
Yeah.
fashion.
They're
It
wearing
was
the
a
same
bad
dress.
dress.
One was long sleeve, one was
Yes,
short
it
sleeve.
was. Yeah.
And I was like, all right, the only reason we're going to find this out is because maybe the mom owns like a boutique or something and they're trying to show this dress. I kept thinking there has to be a reason because it's never mentioned.
Well, no,
Never
you're
mentioned.
right. And I was thinking the same thing. I said, they look like when someone's friend who has bad fashion all of a sudden says she's going to open a boutique out of the trunk of her car.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like they got those dresses from.
Yeah.
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 Hmm.
So, she's talking to her mom and, mom's like, I don't know about this. And Chevelle goes, it's time for us to get married. We've been on and off for like 7 years now. And mom says, more off than on. And now Quaylon and his mom, Qualandria, arrive at the venue. So in his talking heads, he's like, hey, I'm Quaylon. I was in prison for 12 years, and now I look at life like no risk, no reward. So yeah, I'm going to get married. And we've been engaged 8-9 months now.
Yeah.
So the wedding planner comes in. Her name is Felicia. And we see everybody's together. And Felicia says, so they're in this one room and they're like, well, this is really nice. And she's like, well, this is just the first room. You do the pre-drinks or whatever in here. Right. And then I'm going to show you to where the reception could be or the wedding could be, like, depending. So they look at the other rooms and they start to get into a fight. Like, I don't know. Well, it's set up for tables. I don't know. It's for a reception. No. People, you could get married up here. And then Shavel's mom's like, well, you're going to need 3 spots because you need, the daughter to be up here and all this.
Yeah.
And
they just wanted to fight.
They're just getting a fight. Shavel's mom's getting bossy, right?
Yeah, she was.
So then they say, what's the price on this? And Felicia says, well, $25,000 would be the price. And that is a very low, actually, which I kind of thought that is kind of low if they got everything all in that one place, if that's going to include the food and everything.
And I'm thinking that it does include the food.
It has to.
Yeah.
It has to for that price.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah. And she's like, it's very low. Actually, I'm giving you guys a deal because you're on TV.
Right.
And Shavel's mom, Sylvia, says, well, I am not helping to pay for this wedding. So if you guys are paying for it, you do whatever you want. And she goes, I'll be at the wedding. And the Quaylondria says, in the back. And Sylvia says, no, I will be in front with my daughter. And Quaylondria says, why are you so hostile? Like, it's about them. It's not about us. Like not about you. So you need to zip. And she's doing the zip it with her mouth. Like, you just need to zip. And Quaylondria says, I mean, if you're not paying, like, why do you care? And Sylvia says, who's going to put me in the back? You are? Security's going to put me in the back? Not you. And then they're kind of trying to push them apart.
Yeah.
And Quaylondria says, I don't fight street people. Now, why is she calling Sylvia a street person?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I didn't know what that meant.
Their outfits look kind of street a little bit, the matching outfits. Maybe she was talking about that, but I think she was just trying to be mean. They were both being mean and puffing up their chests at that point.
But I think Quaylondria made a great point. She's like, why do you care? Why are you being hostile? Like, it's between them. It's not about us. So she was trying to kind of tamp it down a little bit. And Sylvia's like, I'm going to get in the front and she's trying to, like, turn it up.
And for her to say, I'm not paying for it, well, then you don't have a say-so in how anything goes down.
Yeah, right.
Period, point blank,
Yeah.
I mean, and I
didn't say a word.
Would you if you were him? Yes. No. I'd be mute. No, because he's going to get cussed out 3 different ways if he says the wrong word. 3 women are going to cuss him out in public at this nice little venue on national television. He's not
Felicia's
down
like,
for that.
Somebody call for security. So now let's move on to Tayler and Chance.
Let me ask you. You didn't notice that some of the guys had on animal print shirts. Quaylon did, and so did Chance. Yes.
Oh, I did notice Chance's shirt. I didn't notice.
Yeah. Quaylon's had not as much animal print in it, but it was the same print as Brad Pitt's cousins. Yeah. It was like a stripe was on there. I was like, oh, okay. Is that the new thing? Do I need to go get producer James a zebra print shirt? He'd love that.
I don't think that's his style. I don't think it's his style.
There's so many layers to him. You never know. Lots of layers.
So Tayler and Chance. Okay, did you notice? So when they put up their new pictures, right? You've got Tayler, and underneath it says office manager.
Mm-hmm.
And before I felt like she was in like HR or accounts receivable or something.
Yes,
so maybe she got a promotion.
Yeah. It was a different job. You're absolutely right.
They're acting like making epoxy tables is their only business, but here it says she's an office manager. So that's where she has her money. Did you notice under Chance's name, and I think this is production shading him. Okay. It says entrepreneur, business owner, project manager. He's got 3 jobs, but doesn't have 2 nickels to rub together.
No, he's not making any money at any of them.
No.
But that is probably what he says that's how he describes himself. With all 3 of those jobs.
Yeah. So I said these 2 Mensa candidates are shopping at a hardware store, both in terrible get-ups, terrible ripped acid wash jeans, terrible T-shirts. And he's like, we should get some gloves. Could you wear a medium? I could wear a medium. I was like, not
He's
Chance
so,
admitting that he could wear a men's medium and gloves.
that's not a flex.
It's not
No.
attractive.
It's supposed to say extra large, extra large.
Extra
I need to
large.
say they don't even carry here because I need such a big size. But leave it to Chance. I can fit a medium. Well, good for you.
So the talking head Taylor's like, yeah, Chance and I are still together. You know, I think like opposites attract. So like, I bring love and compassion, and he brings bluntness and craziness.
Because that's what makes a marriage work right there.
Yeah.
Well, damn, that kind of sound like me and James though.
The opposite though. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I bring the bluntness and the craziness. And
Right.
He brings the money, the compassion, the love, all of that good stuff. So I feel you, Chance.
So maybe it could work.
Maybe it can work.
So he's trying to make her buy a sprayer. He's like, baby, if we buy this sprayer, I could get my work done in half the time. And we have more time to like cuddle and watch movies. Like you're always wanting me to like cuddle on the couch. She's like, I'm sorry. I just want to spend time with you. So they get in the car and she tells us, about 6 months ago, I watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to make epoxy tables. And so now I'm doing that and I'm selling them. Now because I had to watch this twice. They do look pretty cool.
They did look good. I was actually quite proud of her. I was like, those look good.
So then I made the mistake of going to their separate and then their combined Instagrams because I don't think they're together, but they do have a combined Instagram.
Not. He's with some 24-year-old girl.
Well, the last video on their combined Instagram, which is like Tayler and Chance Life After Lockup or whatever, is him dancing around in his underwear.
Ew.
And then there's nothing on her private Instagram, I mean, her personal Instagram or their joint Instagram, not one thing. I scrolled down a year, not one thing about these epoxy tables. Because I was like, surely she'll have like a link on here of like, if you want one, if this is like I think it is a legit business, but I was like, she's dumb not to promote it.
Well, she's not, but she's promoting her OnlyFans because she has an OnlyFans now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So,
you know who else got an OnlyFans this weekend?
Who?
Leah McSweeney from Real Housewives of New York.
I saw that.
She's out there spreading it for the people. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was kind of bent over and there was like a black star covering up her ass.
Like in a chair with one leg hiked up so you could.
Something like that. Yeah.
See what's doing.
Desperate times. Desperate times.
I guess.
Do you, boo?
So the tables look pretty cool. So I looked that up because I was like, now how much do these tables go for? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And all popped up was like eBay and Etsy and stuff. And some of them are like actually super cool. And it says that you could get one from like anywhere from like $50 to like $5,000. It depends on the size. Wow. One thing I looked up, it was like a review of it. And it was like, make sure when you buy one of these tables, you ask, am I just getting the top? Because some people will just give you the top and they expect you to somehow have the legs. So I was like, I got to look and see if this was Chance and Tayler selling this.
You know, it was
on the table, but no legs.
Yeah, that would be totally something that they would do. Because then Chance could say, well, you know what? I can build the legs for you. You want me to build the legs? That'll be extra. That would be, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he's telling her, he's like, listen, babe, even though we're selling this table, I'm going to go in, I'm going to try to upsell. And she goes, I mean, what are we going to do? Like, you're going to go in and be like, hey, we're here to measure for the table, but like, let me rip up all your flooring? Like, stop. And he goes,
she's right.
He's like, hey, the worst questions are the ones never asked. Okay. So like, I'm Chance. Like, I can sell everything. Chance is my worst nightmare, by the way. This dude coming in your house
horrible.
And trying to like say, oh, you've got this hole in your wall. Do you want me to fix it? And I'd be like, okay. The next thing you know, I've got 6 more holes and this guy never leaves your house. Like,
well, I'm thinking I don't want Chance roaming around my fucking house like he was doing this lady's. Like, I need you to stand right here where I can see you.
Yes.
Just looking around. Yes. How about you work on your own house? Because we've seen your house. Like, that's a project that you need to start and complete before you start doing other people's homes.
You need to redo that garage so Bobby can move in.
That's right.
So in the talking head, he reminds us he spent 7 years in prison. So now he's trying to do everything on the right side of the law. He's going to get money even if he has to print it at Walmart. Just kidding.
Hardy heart. He's such a goober.
He is also super corny. Super corny.
But not funny like Cam, because Cam's still funny.
He says their sole income depends on them running this business. But her
That's a
bio says office
lie.
manager. So no, that's not true.
They
It's
would
annoying.
they would be living in a homeless shelter if that were the case.
Yeah. That one table a month they could sell. I mean, that makes no sense.
Right.
So they go into this woman's house and he starts looking at her cabinets and trying to offer her a deal. He gets a great deal on cabinets. He could redo the cabinets. And I said, chances, a fucking nightmare when a guy walks in to your house and tries to like
Mm-hmm.
upsell you on something. And then he's like, oh, look here. Looks like you got, something happening here with the caulk or whatever. And she's like, honestly, I don't know. And he says, we could definitely spoof this place up a little bit.
Oh,
I rewound it
try
to make
again.
sure that's what he
Try
said.
again, Chance. Try it again. Try it
You could
again.
spoof it up. You could make fun of it.
Yeah.
You could,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she's like, take a breather. Like this lady with the crosses and the Jesus quotes all over her wall doesn't want your help. Okay. So he walks out. He goes, all right, I'll be in the car. You don't have to knock me over the head with a brick.
Someone should.
Somebody should. That might knock sense into you.
Sense into him.
So he goes out and his phone rings and it's some dude starts threatening him, right? And
I love this part. I love it
too. And
I
here's my
love
question.
this.
Do you think that production has set it up where they can hear his phone perfectly? Or do you think it was on speaker and his mic was catching it?
I think the second, most definitely, because that dude sounded fucking serious. I was like, ooh, get him.
Well, my question is, did production already know this guy was going to call and
I don't think so.
Had his phone wired up that they could pick up all the audio of the phone?
I don't think so.
I'm always trying to figure out what they did.
You're always trying to piss all over my parade is what you're always trying to do.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
You're right.
It's okay. It's okay.
So the guy's name is Bobo, and Bobo is saying, don't act like you don't know me. Don't act like you don't know me. And he's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Who's this?
Mm-hmm.
What this? Chance explains, Bobo was his friend and his business associate from prison.
Of course, yeah.
He borrowed some money from him, but he kind of forgot about it. And it seems like Bobo was saying he owes him about $1,000. And Bobo says, don't worry about me sending nobody. I'm coming myself, and I'm going to rip your face off.
Yeah, I want to see that so bad. I want to see that happen.
Chance looks at the camera guy. Like, can you just back up a little bit?
Yeah,
And he says, I got out of prison, man, and I just got caught up in going to the park and going to the swings and going to the movies with Tayler. I just forgot. You didn't go to the park and the swinging and the watching movies with Tayler, and that's why you forgot. You're at the casino and trying to hook up with other girls.
I don't know, Mary Payne. Whenever I'm trying to escape the everyday world, I just go to a park and look at the swings and the slides and shit like that and just, forget about all my worries. He's such an idiot.
It's such a lie to be like, I'm father of the year.
No, you're not. Nope. Nowhere near.
So he goes in and says, Tayler, you've got everything you need. You just have to go. By the way, it also irritated me that he didn't measure anything. He's like, you just wanted about yay big and yay wide? Got it. Hopefully when...
That's why there's no website up for their epoxy tables.
They gave me 3 legs. I have to pay for the 4th.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he goes in, he's like, Tayler, we got to go. She's like, okay, it's so nice to meet you. And this probably be like a few days. And then I'll just let you know when it's ready and I'll give you a call. So they get in the car and she's like, what's wrong with you?
Right.
And then this was fake. Of course, she was like, is something on your mind? He goes, nah, babe, I'm just ready to go. She goes, okay, as long as you don't think there's something on your mind.
Oh, boy.
Talking head, he's like, I got to keep this quiet with Tayler because I told her I wouldn't keep any more secrets, especially anything about money. And she wouldn't like this. And I also don't want her and all her family and her kids and everything to think that I've got like monsters from my past that could be a danger in the present. Well, sounds like you do.
Hey, you've got monsters in the present right now. We've seen your behavior. So I think you should, worry about that a little bit. But Bobo or Boo Boo or whatever his name is, he's ready to get on that ass. Bobo. I'm going to call him Debo because when Chance sees him, he's going to like haul ass. But I hope they follow through with this whole thing because I need to see it go down.
I'd like to see Bobo confront Chance, and I'd like to see what Bobo looks like, and I'd like to see what Chance try to explain his way out of it because he can't explain his way out of a paper bag.
And I hope he breaks his finger.
I mean, oh my God! All right, I hope he breaks more than that.
Yeah,
not his face though. He does have a pretty face.
Not when Babu gets done with him, he won't.
No, he's going to rip his face right off.
I think so.
All right, we're going to end with baby Britney and Kerok. Now, Kerok has been out for 3.5 months, but yet his Chiron still says unemployed. We need to take a page
It
out of Louie's
does?
book. Yeah, it says unemployed, period, robbery. That's what it says.
I
First
thought
it
it
says the
said
job. Nope,
HVAC. Well, where
it
did
does
I see
not.
that at?
It says unemployed.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to look at my phone right now because I took pictures of everybody's thing. Where are we? Got Britney and Kerok, unemployed.
Okay. All right.
Unemployed.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't know
Brittany
who's
looks
doing
good in
She
her
looks so
confessional. She did a he looks
Ooh,
good too. They
he looks
glued
good
up a little
too.
bit. Yeah, but she looks great.
Her hair looks so nice. She's got that cute
Mhm.
green top. Green's a good
The
color on
makeup
her.
looks good. I mean, yeah, she's got it
Not
going
too
on.
severe. Yeah.
No.
So he comes in the kitchen and his mom, Tammy, and her boyfriend, Rashawn, are there. They're drinking wine. And did you see, now you talked about the African statue last time, but did you notice they blurred out the boobs on the statue? They blurred out the boobs on the African statue.
No, I didn't notice.
It's just on like 90 Day when Jasmine and Gino were talking, and Jasmine was showing a picture of her dog and Gino's former girlfriend's dog. And so she
Mhm.
shows a side by side of the two dogs, and they blurred out one of the dog's faces, like that dog didn't consent to be on television.
Are you serious?
It is so funny. She's like, look, our dogs
That's
look just
funny.
alike. She holds the camera up, and one of the dog's faces is blurred. Like,
That's
I'm not
funny. That
don't
is really
involve me in
funny.
this. Yeah, don't
Don't have
involve
my
me.
dog on that show.
Mm-mm.
No, we are not signing any kind of contract. We're just not doing it.
Nope.
No,
Mm-mm.
she's on a contract somewhere else.
So Kerok calls his mom to sit outside and talk. And he's like, I've been out of prison 3.5 months and things are different now. Well, I mean, you could just go to the store and buy weed. Like, he can't believe
I
it.
know. That's a
So
great and wonderful thing.
it's a great and wonderful thing. And by the way, he lives in Virginia. So no, you can't.
It's not. Oh,
Not
really?
unless you have you have to have a medical card in Virginia currently. Maybe he's got one.
Maybe
Yeah.
his mom has one.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he's telling his mom that he wants to marry Brittany. And she's like, oh gosh, I'm so excited. So she goes, hold on. So she goes inside and brings out, now we didn't know what this was going to be because it was in like a little
No.
piece she had hidden in a drawer. It wasn't even like in a
Yeah.
box. But she brings out a gorgeous diamond ring
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that was in the family from like the great grandmother, had been handed down. And she asked him, I was going to give us to the first son that got married. You want to use that? And he's like, this is actually
Oh,
gorgeous. Like, I can't
yeah.
believe it. Sometimes they give you a
Better than
ring and you're like, uh-oh.
He was like, that's way better than that $39.99 ring that I was going to get her. Same place where Redd got his from. That we got it on a special. We got a deal
Yeah.
for it. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
She's very happy. She says they're a great match. She does a little dance. And Kerok says he does want to do this in a traditional way because she's a traditional kind of girl. So he is going to have to like ask permission from somebody in her family. So
Right.
this is my next thing is Brittany looks so great in this green top in her confessional. She's got quite a glow up. And so they go in the car and he says, yeah, we're going out to dinner and then we're going to do a romantic horseback ride. And he's like, I even brought you some other shoes. I put them in the bag. She's like, what, baby? You're so romantic. Now,
Well, what
she's
about
in
the
a
dress? Yeah. I don't know what
spaghetti
kind of horse she's
strap,
going to ride. I don't know.
spaghetti strap mini dress.
With
And
no underwear on.
he thought, even
Horseback
if the
riding.
horseback riding was true, he thought, I shouldn't tell her I need to pack her some clothes with some pants or something. He just decides not to.
I would appreciate that if he had done
She can
that for
rent some,
me.
like, I don't know. So they start talking in the car about Brittany's dad, and Brittany
Mm,
says her dad, when he was younger, got jumped, and he
mm.
got jumped by some black guys. And
Yeah.
Kerok says, all right, now we're getting somewhere. Maybe this is why your dad's against me. And maybe this is why your dad wanted to meet me. And she keeps going like, stop.
Yeah.
She's trying to cut him off saying like, please don't call my dad racist
Yes.
on the camera. Please.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I understand where Kerok was coming from, though.
I do too.
Yeah.
Totally.
It makes sense,
And she's
It
like,
could
stop
be
saying,
that.
stop saying that. Stop saying that. And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, he goes, I'm actually just trying to understand something. And she goes, no, he probably doesn't want to meet you because you're trans. Didn't sound better, but
I think no one wants to be called racist. Like ever is like the
right.
worst thing. So I think she thought to say because he was trans was a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better.
Mm-hmm.
So Kerok goes, okay, all right. all right, now we're getting somewhere with this. And she's like, I want you to shut up and quit talking about this. And he goes, no, we're getting somewhere because now you're saying he doesn't want to meet because I'm trans. Okay, now I know. And she's like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore. So he says, how about this? I will just pray for your parents to come around. Can I do that? She says, you can do that, but you better quit. Because now I just called my dad a racist and a transphobe. So
yes, he's all the things. Her dad is all the things.
We got to get out of this car. So
yes,
they arrive.
Of love has won.
So they arrive right in front of a sign that says no limits skydiving. And she goes, baby, this is like a small horse riding rink. He goes, yeah, it is. You got to go in here and sign these papers. She was like, but are the horses nice? I was like,
she asked where they trained. She's like, are the horses trained?
You parked in front of a sign that said no limits skydiving.
I mean, it could have been that in a ranch. You know, you never know. Sure. People do double businesses now, but I mean, she didn't see no horses. How about that? She just didn't see any horses.
Yeah, she's like, where's the horses? And they walk in, and you're seeing all the merch that says like no limit skydiving. Everything will probably be all right.
Yeah,
and they're showing all their merch. I was like, for sure, this is 100% free because they have shown every piece of merch in the store.
Yes, most definitely.
So, she says, no, I'm not doing it. No. And she goes, you can't do that. You had to warn me. I'm not going to do this. Like, no. Yeah. And he says, no, baby, you said you would face the world head on with me. And the lady comes out and is bringing them the papers and she's not signing them. And he's like, and he says in his talking head, anyone I'm going to spend my life with, they have to prove that they trust me. And she needs to prove her love to me.
I didn't like that at all.
I didn't like that at all.
No.
Especially because she clearly has never said in her life, I think it'd be fun to go skydiving.
And I'm sorry, that's not like, oh, I'm going to surprise you. We're going to a new fancy restaurant. This is talking about jumping out of a plane. This is big. This is not something you just spring up on someone who has never said that they wanted to do it.
Exactly. There are people in the world that are like, yeah, I would do that. Oh yeah, probably I would do that. But she's obviously never said it. She's like, I don't know. This is like, no. This is like, I got to prove my love to you this way. And in her talking head, she goes, he's like a psychopath. She said, he's a psychopath to make me do this, to prove that he can trust me. Like, what? So and this was pretty funny. They're sitting there and he goes, I don't even know today's date. He's filling out the form. She goes, the date of our death.
Potentially.
So the receptionist comes out and Britney says, has anybody ever peed their pants? And she was like, no, but there's a bathroom over there. And then she's like, baby, I don't want to do this. And he goes, oh, girl, I'm going to do an amazing rap at your funeral. And she's like, no, this is not funny. And then she says, okay, how about this? What if I do this? And then after this, you leave me and don't want to marry me? I'll be so pissed that I did this.
I would be too.
And he's like, why are you saying that? So they bring her a jumpsuit to change into because obviously she can't jump out of a plane because her whole dress would go above her. I mean, this is,
but
come on.
Again,
now.
She's going to put on this jumpsuit with no underwear on because I looked hard. I'm like, I don't see a G-string line, a panty. No, I don't think she has on underwear.
I think she's free flying down there for sure.
Yeah.
So he goes outside and he calls Brittany's abuela, her grandmother, Anita. Now we know why her name says Anita.
Anita. Yes, finally. I thought it was her mom, but yeah.
2 seasons. Yep. Yeah. So she calls Anita and he gets a second phone to do like a translator situation. I'm always wary of people having 2 phones. And he says he wants to marry Britney and Abuela approves. And he says, I got one person in her family that likes me. Mm-hmm. So in her talking head, she goes, he thinks I'm ride but not die. So I got to show him I'm the die part by jumping out of this plane. I guess I'm going to do it. So they are funny standing by the plane. And he's like, what did you do? You did time. You could do this. She's like, I did that shit. I can do this.
Yeah.
That was funny. It was cute.
Yeah.
And so the plane takes off and it's like, who's going first? She's like, you're going first. Like, no, baby.
No. I need to see if you're going to die first before I jump out this plane.
So I guess this is his proposal after they jump out of the plane. He's going to propose?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm. But that's the end. Now we didn't get Lindsay and Blaine, which just gives you an excuse to work on your impression.
Where is she? Lindsay. I've been working on it.
Lindsay and Blaine, Scott and Sarah, the most boring people on the planet.
I don't know why they came back.
I don't either. They must be
I don't
desperate. And
know.
then, of course, my favorite, Montana Mills and Justine.
I'm just waiting so we can see like the baby's finger or anything like that.
What kind of baby is it?
We don't know if it's a boy or a girl, an alien. We just know nothing.
Is this baby in preschool? Like what? I mean, nothing.
I mean, Cameron and Aris have been doing the same thing, but they just kind of blur out the baby's face.
And we know it's a girl named Charlie.
We know it's a girl named Charlie, but we know absolutely nothing about this child at all. We just assume it was born.
They're following all the rules.
Yes,
they are not going to mess up that sweet Matt Sharp money. Now, there were a ton of this season on, and I didn't write any of it down because when they do this to me, I can't. It would take me an hour. But basically, we see everybody. Let's see.
Yeah,
Lindsay and Blaine, we see him saying to her that she had did something with a married man, which I'm sure is going to mean like before they were together. Scott and Sarah, we see her saying she's off parole.
Yeah.
Mike and Justine, what we see about them is it looks like the baby comes early, maybe. And then what do we see about Melissa and Louie? What did we see about them? I can't remember what we saw about them.
I don't remember.
What about Aris and Cameron? Looks like he gets drunk at a show and she gets mad.
And she says she's going to leave. Yeah.
And she doesn't. And then Joy and Redd, it looks like he finally comes clean and she's cries.
Crying. Yeah. So that's like every episode right there.
Every episode. She didn't cry this whole episode. She didn't paw her little hands at her face this whole episode.
She did. She probably has no more tears left.
All right. We had to go one episode. All right. And then Shavel and Quaylon, what did we see about those two for the future?
I don't remember.
Don't remember either. God knows what her wedding dress is going to look like.
Can you fucking imagine?
God, I hope it's going to be good.
No, that's what we saw her in, a wedding, trying on a wedding dress.
Oh, okay. And she was making good choices. Okay. And then Tayler and Chance, it looks like they're breaking up. I don't know. Yes. We didn't see any epoxy tables.
No.
And then Britney and Kerok, I can't remember what we saw about them either. Why can't I remember? See, I didn't write it down. I don't think I saw that. I don't think I saw that. I just it stuck in my mind about the Lindsay and the Blaine because when I paused it, it stuck on them. And then when I hit play, she was hitting something off the stove, or he was, or something about a married man. Yes. Scott and Sarah, boring. And then Mike and Justine, we saw a lot about them, about the baby being early and they had to go to the hospital.
Which the baby's not early.
The baby never arrived. Baby's still not here.
I was watching her page and I'm like, bitch, you're still pregnant? Like she was pregnant a long time and then all of a sudden she just had no stomach. So I don't think the baby came early.
Yeah, I don't either. Maybe that was just a scare that they do to us to try to make us think these things.
Of course.
Oh, Lord. Well, tell us what's happening over on the Libra Lounge with Keisha.
We're recording this week. I don't know what we're going to talk about. No idea.
All right.
I never know until 10 minutes before the show. Just follow me on Instagram.
All right.
Way to pump on my own show. Yeah.
It's going to be funny and it's going to be not kid friendly. That's all you know.
Oh, no, never. No.
That's all you know.
No. I don't even listen to my own show because it's so raunchy.
I listened back, and that when I listened back this week, that's when I realized there was a lot of sniffing. I didn't know there was going to be people writing bad reviews about it. I mean, I should have guessed, but that's when I reached out to you and I was like, all right, I know you got allergies, but we got to work on your mute button. And you're like, oh Lord, don't fire me.
I was like, don't fire me. Don't do it, Mary Payne. It's too close to Christmas. Don't do it.
I know that I yawned one visible yawn in this episode and maybe one gulp, and I'm sorry.
Imagine how I feel. I'm sitting here watching her yawn. I'm like, bitch, am I boring you? Am I not entertaining? It's not. She's doing a lot of talking. She's just got to do it.
A lot of talking. And I don't know why. And even just talking about yawning makes me yawn. And I'm sorry. I do it in my everyday life. Somebody help me look that up. Is that a disorder that I could do something about? Or just some people yawn more than others?
I think it's just, maybe you don't. She's a hardworking woman.
It's so funny. So I'm in these Facebook groups that are for, podcasters and stuff, podcasting communities kind of a thing. And one of them this person posted, a lot of people are starting out and asking for advice and stuff, of which I have zero to give, so I don't chime in. But somebody wrote and said, yeah, I there's no way one person could put out a podcast. Do all of you have a team? And if so, how many people? Every single person wrote back and was like, yeah, no, everybody's a solo sitch.
Pretty much. Yeah. Oh, she's not ready.
Yeah, I was like, you're not ready. If you got to go on the YouTube and teach yourself how to do some things.
Yes, you do. You're not ready.
Yeah.
Little babe.
I was like, oh,
little
no.
grasshopper.
Listen, maybe that person has a fabulous idea and they have all the money in the world to hire a team and go with like a huge agency. And if so, they still aren't guaranteed success, but most of us don't. Most of us don't.
No, we're not those podcasters. No. No.
Well, my dog is outside barking, and that means
so mine.
There's probably means there's a fox in the yard, so I better go check on that emergency.
Yes.
Everybody, please follow me at Pink Shade Pod on Instagram, and if you're interested in bonus content, we provide that on. Keisha and I are currently covering the Family Chantel over on the Family Pink Shade level. The finale is in 2 weeks.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we have 2 more episodes of that. That's there. And then also over on the lower level, it was just called Andre's Rage, which is the lower simmering level that just keeps us going. Like Andre's Rage, we are covering Welcome to Plathville and 90 Day the Other Way. Next week, I'm also going to be covering this Mother God with John Hill, but I think I'm going to put that out when I'm out of town.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think that because people are like still really into it and kind of, you know how over the holidays people catch up on their Netflix stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm probably going to do
smart. That is why she yawns so much, because she's just filled with smartness and sometimes she's got to let it out a little bit.
Yeah. That's what it is.
That's it.
And then the other week that I'm out, I'm doing a Then and Now series where I'm interviewing people that I interviewed from Payne in the Pod back in 2018, 2019. So I've got Kate Casey, Ryan Bailey, and Matt and Jake. That's when I met all of those people in person that I'm friends with now. And we're going to play the episode for you, the Payne in the Pod episode. And then going to play an episode where I'm going to talk to Kate. I'm going to talk to Ryan. I'm going to talk to Matt and Jake about what they thought, about what they said in that episode from 2018 and where they are now.
Oh, okay.
Then and now. I'm going to do that. And,
where are they now? A little special.
Yeah, where are they now? Exactly. Yeah, and this week, I also want you guys to know that I am interviewing Olivia from Welcome to Plathville, our hero.
Now, which one is she? Is she the one that was married to one of the Plath children?
Uh-huh.
Gotcha. Okay.
Uh-huh. She's the
hero. And now she's divorcing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And I interviewed Olivia and Ethan together last year, but this year it's just Olivia. And that's who you want. You want just Olivia because she gives all the juice.
All the scoop. Okay.
Love her. And that will be out on Thursday. And then, of course, tomorrow you will hear me talking about 90 Day Fiancé with probably Kimberly. And I'm not sure quite yet because Kimberly is very busy moving her parents. So we'll see. Okay. We'll see what's going to happen there. So anyway, you'll hear me talking on Tuesday about 90 Day Fiancé with somebody. We have a new couple alert, so that's fun. Chitra and I've already forgotten that guy's name.
Citra.
His name is Citra and Sam. Citra and Sam.
Okay.
That's a new couple over there. All right, guys. Keisha, I will talk to you on Wednesday about the Family Chantel.
Okay. Yes. Can't wait.
All right, bye. Ads not read by me, Mary Payne, don't necessarily reflect the views of Pink Shade. If you'd like to listen to ad-free, you're going to go on over to Supercast or Patreon, and you can find the links to Pink Shade Prime at pinkshadepodcast.com.